Hello, folks. It is Two Sheds Gabby, and I've got these 4 boxes here that I picked up in Indianapolis of pennies, and I'm going to start going through these next week, going through each box at a time, roll by roll, and see what we find. But in the meantime, I've got these 3 boxes that I've picked up in Louisville that I'm just going to go ahead and knock these out with my machine and see how much copper and how many wheat pennies I get and get them out of the way, because I'm going to start trying to do all the ones I pick up out of town. I'll hand sort them and kind of keep track of everything. I'm hoping that'll be kind of fun. I'm going to be getting out of town as often as I can to get more boxes in different places. In January, I'm going to go to Florida, Lord willing, and while I'm there, I'll pick up boxes in Florida and along the way in a few other states, and those will be all the ones that I'll hand sort. But occasionally I'll just pick up a box or two here while I'm in Louisville, and those will be the ones that I'll use with my sorting machine. I've also got a bunch of boxes of nickels that I'll be going through those along the way. I just came home from a bank where I took some coins back, and this one is from Thailand. I have gotten one of these before. Bent dime. There's a couple of pennies stuck together. These were in the trash can, not in the return. I always look in the trash can. You know, if it's full of trash, I don't dig down. But if it's just stuff down in the bottom, I reach down and grab it. And this was also in there. I don't always find these at the bank. Yeah, that's the first time I found a shotgun shell. Well, I have sorted through the first box now, and I have taken the copper and poured it into the box here. I'm gonna go over here and weigh it. The box I had already weighed, and it's 2.8 grams. So whatever we get over here is minus 2.8 grams. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is right at 3 pounds and 10 grams of cotton. Now, you know, usually I take out the wheat pennies and the Canadian pennies first, but still, that's fantastic. That's a good box of copper right there. So let me get these, sit back over here, and I'll get the second box started. And after I do all 3, we'll weigh each box here to see what each box gets. But then at the end, we'll sort them and get the wheat pennies and other stuff out. And maybe one of these days we'll get a 1983 and maybe a 2009 copper. That'd be a lot of fun. I have gone through the second box now, and I have my copper poured out of here into here. Let's get over here and weigh it. See if we did as good this time. Not quite as good. Looks like we still have 3 pounds and a couple of ounces. That's not bad. Anytime I get 3 pounds of copper from a box of pennies these days, I'm pretty happy. One more box. And now I have finished my third box. This thing is fast. If there's nothing holding it up, I can't hardly get a roll open fast enough before it's going, come on, give me some more. One time in the 3 boxes, there was a penny that had some goop stuff stuck on it, and it started dragging, so I turned it off and fished it out. There's still some type of, almost like permanent glue or something, crazy glue on it. Let's get this box weighed and see how much we've got in this one. Oh, a little less. This one doesn't quite have 3 pounds. Well, each box had a little bit less. Well, I will go through them now and see what kind of wheat pennies and what other stuff we find. It's Two Sheds Gabby, and another week I've picked up boxes of $50, but the last several weeks they've all been brand new. Hopefully this week we'll have something different, something we can search through. We'll get into it and look. The first box is all new. How exciting. I think the second box is not all brand new. Yay. I do see new ones. Wow, I get to search all 3 boxes. How cool. Maybe I'll find a silver coin this week. Okay, I went through the first box and it produced nothing. So would I've rather it had been a 2023 so I wouldn't have even had to bother? I can't answer that, but now I'm moving on to the second box. The second and third box of has produced nothing. After a few hours of absolutely nothing, I almost would have rather they'd have all been 2023s, and I could have just closed them up and taken them back to another bank. I really thought I would get at least one 40%er, but nothing. I do have more ordered next week. Just to be on the safe side, I pulled the big bucket of pennies aside and put another bucket down there, and I ran a few handfuls through. Not a single one went to the copper side. I'm thinking it's doing its job well. I feel pretty good about it. I went ahead and went through the pennies, copper pennies, in the lesser box that had just under 3 pounds. There's a couple of Canadians and a really super nice looking 66 copper, and then one that looks just plumb awful. I don't know what's going on with that one. And I only had 6 wheat pennies, but they're pretty good ones for the most part. There's the 58D, 1941, 1936, 1929, 1927, and 1919. So I did get some old ones in there. That's pretty cool. Let me get to the next box. We'll see what we get in there. Next box I went through is the one with the 3 pounds, 10 ounces, the one with the most copper. Had a pretty nice looking 78 copper there that I guess I'll hold on to that one. 3 Canadian, but one of them is not copper. And there was 9 wheat pennies, but none of these were quite as old. But 58, 53, a couple of 52s, a 51. That one is 46, 2 42s. Can't hardly even see the date on that one. And a 41. So that's what we got out of the third box, out of that, well, that box. All right, folks, I've now sorted through the third box. I got 1 more Canadian penny, and I got, I think, 9 more wheat. 53, a couple of 52s. One of them is terrible. 45, 44, 42D, 37, 30, and 25. So this one, I got some more old ones. That's really cool. Ends up with 24 wheat pennies, a few Canadian. Let's go over here and weigh the copper, see how much copper I got. All right, here we go. Not bad at all. 9 pounds and about 6.5 ounces. Averaged over, even after I get out the wheat pennies and the Canadian pennies, I averaged over 3 pounds per box. And the main reason I'm doing this is for the bulk copper. You know, we're going to go through the ones from other states, hand-rolled one at a time. And I am going to try to sell some copper this year. And so this stuff I'm picking up is just the bulk stuff. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to keep you updated with what I'm doing around here. And probably tomorrow I'll start on one of my boxes from the Indianapolis area. Thanks a lot.